ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय
वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय
सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः।
अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच।
श्रीभगवानुवाच।
श्लोक नंबर 17। यस्वात्मरतिरेव स्यात्
यस्त्वात्मरतिरेव स्यात्
आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः
आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः
आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः
आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः
तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते
तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते
तस्य कार्यं कर्तव्यं. कार्य means to be done. Kartavyam karyam not there, karma not there for that person. Who is that person? Yaha tu atmaratihi, the one who revels in atma. Atmatruptaha is satisfied, is satisfaction with atma. Santushtaha is happy with himself. So he has discovered the freedom. He has discovered the freedom, that is the freedom what one tries to gain through the purushartha, dharmartha kama purushartha. The dharmartha kama moksha purushartha also, the free that end, that it lies only in moksha. So dharmartha kama, therefore they are not really meant only for dharmartha kama. They are meant for the moksha purushartha, because through dharmartha kama purushartha also what a person seeks is only freedom. Freedom from the sense of insecurity, freedom from the sense of wanting. So freedom. So therefore the one who has discovered the freedom, and the freedom lies in the knowledge that aham atma brahma. Therefore he is independent, is depend now is freedom, his dependency has gone. Therefore the freedom is in knowledge. Therefore jnani, therefore jnanavan, what karma can he have? What karma should he do to continue? What karma, what he was doing, that he should continue? No karma. Previously karma, the kartavyam karma, nitya naimittika the karma, the scripturally ordained karma, Vedika karma, and also the karma which are ordained in keeping with the other shastra, dharma shastra, and also with in keeping with one's position life, varna and ashrama, all those karma, the actions, this person, now from all those karma, this person is free now. He need not do, because he has discovered freedom. That is a goal. That is the goal of all the karmas or the activities. Once the goal is reached, once the end is reached, what is the use of the means? The means are the karma yoga. Therefore, it doesn't have anything to do anymore. So, tasya karyam na vidyate. So, how long a person will continue to do the sadhana? Karma yoga, karma as a sadhana, as a yoga, till he discovers the meaning of freedom to be himself, that this person has discovered. Therefore, tasya karyam na vidyate. So therefore, as long as you are ajnani, as long as you have the abhimana, agam karta, agam avokta, so long you have to do karma. You have the sense of the doership and enjoyership. Therefore, you have to do. Therefore, you have to do karma. You have to be a contributor because you have the sense of being a consumer. I enjoy, I consume. Therefore, you need to have an opposite opposite the force, the thought force. I'm contributor. I'm consumer. If you keep on consuming, if you consume, that is not good. So when you say I contribute, you grow. There's opposite, a force at the level of the thoughts. So therefore, karma yoga. Now this person, I don't consume for being a consumer. There must be the person who has a sense of being, who has a sense of consumer, who has a sense of consumption. He doesn't have because of jnanam, agam atma, how can it consume or how can it contribute? Atma doesn't have any kriya. Avikriyaha atma. Atma doesn't undergo any change. It is not an assemblage. It is therefore not subject to any change. Therefore, no movement, no chalanam. So how can Atma do karma? Therefore, how can it consume? How can it contribute? Therefore, there is no contribution. There is no consumer consumption, really speaking. This is from the standpoint of Atma. But anyway, but the Jnani will definitely, he will contribute. Yeah, as I said, his presence itself is a contribution. Later in the later shlokas, Bhagavan Krishna will quote, give the example of Janaka, etc. And he himself present himself as an example. Though I don't have to do any action, still I do. It means Krishna is Ishvara. He says, Aham Ishvaraha, Srishtikarta. Why should I do karma? But still I do. Why? Loka Sangrahartam. Therefore, Jnanis do karma for Loka Sangrahartam. They don't do karma for any selfish ends. So therefore, that is the topic here. So now the subsequent shlokas, the Jnana Lakshanam or the Jnanam is going to be talked about. That Jnanis don't have any karma to be done. Scriptures doesn't ordain any karma, neither scriptures, nor from the Vyavaharika standpoint. Jnani has got anything to do. He is free. If at all it does, it's only for the welfare of the people of the world. So let us continue. And we have to understand one thing very clearly. Doing karma by a person is for to become something. What this person, this Jnani, has to become. After having discovered the freedom, what is that also the freedom is that being oneself, discovering the Swarupa, the nature of oneself. Aham Atma iti, aham na parichinaha, aham Purnaha Atma iti, Jagat Karanam Brahma iti. After discovering the knowledge, after gaining wisdom, what he has to do to become something? So then who will do karma? Only those who have the desire to become something, because they are not happy with what they are now. Therefore, becoming is, that is samsara, that is a problem. So that is the topic now. Becoming is a problem. Becoming is samsara, therefore it's a problem. Becoming indicates ajnanam, ignorance. Therefore, people do karma. So doing karma, wanting to become, that is the characteristic of an ajnani. Karma yogi also ajnani only. Therefore, but karma yogi is a mumukshu. Mumukshu, ajnani mumukshu. Whereas karmi is just ajnani. Both are ajnanis only. But karma yogi, it takes up the karma, the action, and doing it as a yoga, that because of his attitude, he has a goal in mind. Therefore, his actions are spiritual. All his actions are Ishvaraized action. He brings Ishvara into all of his action. He's a sadhaka. Whereas Karmi is not a sadhaka. Karmi is a thief. He's just a consumer. Karma yogi is both a consumer and a contributor. Contributes more than what he consumes. So all these things we discuss. Now, becoming. That is samsara, that's a problem. Yogic postures, asanas, breath control, pranayama, and so on, all create a certain conducive situation wherein the yogi can pick up a moment of joy. The bogi, of course, manipulates the world for enjoyment. The bogi is a karmi. Bogi manipulates the world for enjoyment, whereas yogi manipulates the mind for enjoyment, as we saw before. The bogi manipulates the world for enjoyment, and the yogi is unable to do anything in order to enjoy. He is sick, he is helpless. The point here is that all the three of them look upon the Atma as something that has to become something. That is Agam Atma, that not Agam Atma Purnaha, Agam Atma Parichinnaha. That is the notion. Therefore, they want to become something to discover the fullness. So their notion is Agam Atma, it is Apurnaha, inadequacy, insignificance. These are the notions what they have with regard to himself. Therefore, they want to become something. I'm not okay now, therefore I want to become something. Wanting to become, this becoming creates a lot of problems. Not being happy with oneself. Therefore, in order to become happy, they do karma to become that, so that they can be happy. They love themselves, they can become happy, they become significant, they become adequate. This creates a lot of problems. Any becoming is unbecoming. Why? Because any becoming is by karma. That which is obtained by karma is subject to unbecoming only, because it always required yet another becoming. You will not be satisfied after becoming. You will try to become something further. Therefore, it is a continuous process, because all this becoming, they are achievable by karma actions. And karma, therefore, karma being parichinna, limited, it cannot give aparichinna phalam. Therefore, becoming will not stop. It will continue. That is, samsara continues. Thus, becoming is nothing but continuous becoming. Before becoming, there are nothing but problems. While becoming, there is a lot of pain. And after becoming, the person has to become something else again. Therefore, the problem is never solved. So the problem of becoming can never be solved by becoming. Can never be solved by karma. A person who looks upon the Atma as imperfect, aparichinnaha, apurnaha iti, parichinnaha, apurnaha iti, is always in trouble and is therefore a samsari. So those who want to becoming is samsara, and becoming, the person is a samsari. Whereas the person described in this shloka, Yasvatmariti Revasya, Atmaratihi, is one who always revels in the Atma. The joy that reveling in the Atma implies doesn't require anything other than oneself. No other karaka required, no karta, no karma, no karana, no adhikarana, no time, no place, no situation, no object, no situation, no person is required for the happiness of such a Atmarati. Anytime, any place, irrespective of the people being there or not, or objects being there or not, or the situation being conducive or not, the person is happy because his happiness is not in the external world. It doesn't depend on the objects or the people or the situation, external objects, people or situation to be happy. This means the self cannot be imperfect. When Atmarati is satisfied, is revels in himself, then how can the Atma be Parichinaha? How can it be Apurnaha? It cannot be imperfect. That is the very essence of happiness and fullness. What Atma? Therefore, Atmanaha Swarupa is Ananda and it is Purnatvam. If the essence of Atma means Swarupa of Atma, happens to be fullness, Purna, Purnatvam, Purnaha, Purna Swarupa, and if this is known to the person, then he or she is one who is steadfast in the knowledge of oneself, the Prajnaha. That is Atmanishta, Jnananishta, Atma Jnananishta. In order to be happy with oneself, one has to have knowledge. Jnana of Atma as fullness. Atma is myself. And Aham Atma Purnaha. That knowledge one must have to be happy with oneself. Generally, who picks up a moment of joy does so with reference to some object or situation or people, either outside in the case of the bogi or inside in the case of a rogi. Bogi are extrovert. Rogi also extrovert only because they're worried about the body. The only difference between the two is that the yogi doesn't require any tools except himself or herself. There is no bhagya sadhana apeksha or antara sadhana apeksha. Apekshatvam. Sadhana apekshatvam nasti for yogi. The yogi's raw material is an agitated mind. If this is there, yoga, which is a discipline, can be practiced. If the mind is not agitated, yoga is not required at all. Thus, a yogi's joy is also with reference to an object, the mind, even though it is not available to the senses. In order to be a person whose joy is in the Atma, one has to awake to the Atma. The person who is steadfast in the knowledge of oneself, Atma Jnana Nishtha, is one whose happiness is within oneself. Within means is with Atma, with oneself, not in external or internal objects. Internal objects is the Vishayas which the mind entertains, not in the Vishaya, the Antara Vishaya or Bhagya Vishaya. Krishna also described this person as Atmatruptaha, one whose satisfaction is oneself, because any amount of external objects cannot satisfy a person. It can satisfy only for the time being, but again, the person becomes dissatisfied, whereas here the satisfaction is complete. With regard to Atma, the satisfaction is complete. Nothing more is required for a person to be satisfied. Everyone wants to be satisfied. This is not satisfying at all, we say. And then we continually seek situations that will satisfy us. And Atma Tripta, however, discovers joys in the Atma, in the self, and thereby satisfies himself or herself with the self alone. Atmaniyeva Santushta Triptaha. Generally, we satisfy ourselves with something else, objects. But here, with the knowledge of the Atma, Atma Jnanena, Atma Santushtaka Bhavati. The person is satisfied with himself or herself. So Atma Santushtaha implies Atma Jnanam. Only a Jnani, Atma Jnani, can be Atma Triptaha, Atma Santushtaha. Therefore, happiness is with the self alone. Therefore, self Atma becomes the meaning of the word happiness. So Atma is happiness, Ananda Swarupa. People pick up a moment of happiness when an external object desirable to them is gained. Whereas for the Atma Jnana Nishta, not being dependent on the gain of any external situations or objects, happiness is with the self alone, Atma alone, all the time. This means that such a person is free from any longing to be secure, to be happy, and therefore is a Sarva Karma Sannyasi, a Jnani who looks upon himself or herself not as a doer or an enjoyer, but as pure consciousness, that is Atma. In fact, he is a Sarva Karma Sannyasi. Without sannyasa, taken to sannyasa, he is Sarva Karma Sannyasi. Really is a sannyasa, Sarva Karma Sannyasi. Sannyasa as a Chaturtha Ashrama is meant for gaining this Jnanam. When this person, in whatever ashrama he may be, if he has this Jnanam, he is a Sarva Karma Sannyasi only. He is a Jnani. Because of Jnanam, he is a Sarva Karma Sannyasi. He doesn't have Kartrutvam. He doesn't attribute the Kartrutvam to Atma, to himself. Agamakarta, similarly Abhokta. For this person, there is no karma to be done. What karma? What karma should be done to be done by this person? Kartritvam not there. It is dismissed, sublated by jnanam. So what karma can he do? He is happy with himself. He is secure with himself. He is happy with himself. Therefore, no longing. Therefore, no karma. Atmani eva santushtaha. For a person who already has this knowledge, the Veda, with all its enticing words, is as useful as a well when the well itself is underwater. Here Swamiji is referring to the shloka in the second shloka. Yavanartha udapane. In the second shloka, chapter, we saw. Yavanartha udapane sarvatas sampratodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanataha. That is for the person who has the knowledge of Atma. For him, the Vedas only will be as much useful. The Vedas will serve only as much as the well which is underwater. When there is water, when the whole area is flooded by water, inundated, then what can the well serve? The well itself is underwater. So what is the use of the well water? When water is everywhere, only that much use only will be the Veda for this person. Therefore, the wise are in no way enjoined by the Veda to do anything. Therefore, Veda also releases them from karma. The commandments of the Veda, they are not applicable to this person. Therefore, they are no way bound by, they are no way enjoined by the Veda to do anything. Therefore, tasya karyam na vidyate. And the Gita being a Shruti, that says they don't have anything to they don't have anything to do. No karma for them. Whereas for others, karma should be done. Why karma should be done by the others? Because Jagat Chakram, for the perpetuation, for the Jagat Chakra, which is already set in motion, for the continuous movement, for the cycle to continue, one has to do karma. Therefore, karma is only for others, not for Jnani. This is an important point of clarification, since the Veda, which prescribes, which enjoins daily and occasional rituals, Nitya Naimitya Karma, in such a way that people think there is no way for anyone to escape them. Yes, there is a way to escape from karma. How? By becoming a Jnani. Once you become a Jnani, you don't have to do karma. It is true that everyone performs action, even a Jnani. Jnani also performs karma. What karma? The walking, eating, talking, all the karma only. But the Jnani doesn't look upon himself or herself as a doer. It doesn't look upon Atma, that is himself, as a doer. For such a person, there is no doership. So doership, as long as doership is there, karma will be there. Karma is there, doership is. This person doesn't have doership, therefore no karma. Therefore, the Veda doesn't enjoin any action. The Jnani is not even addressed, in fact. Only the Ajnani is addressed by the Veda Purva, that is Veda Purva of the Veda Purva of the Veda. Only Ajnani is addressed. Even the Veda itself becomes useless. Shastra itself becomes useless for the Jnani. It has served the purpose. Then what is the use of that Pramana? It has served the purpose, then Pramana also is of no use. Therefore, here the Veda addresses only the Ajnani. So only the Ajnani who looks upon himself or herself as a doer is addressed. It is like calling someone by name. Hey Rama, please come here. Only Rama will come. Krishna will not come, nor will John. Similarly, it is only the Ajnani, the doer, who is being addressed by the Veda. Oh doer, please perform this action, that action. Only the person who looks upon himself or herself as a doer is bound with karma. Thus, Karma Yoga is not meant for a Jnani. Therefore, Tasya Karyam na Vidyate. Only for the ignorant, but for the ignorant, the Jnani alone. Karma Yoga is enjoined by the ignorant. That is why it's a Karma Yogi also a Jnani only. But he is a Mumukshu. Because without it, you cannot acquire the knowledge. Karma Yoga is the means for knowledge. Thus, Karma Yoga becomes the indirect means for gaining the knowledge, that is moksha. Here too, the doubt may arise. If knowledge of the Atma can only be gained by an inquiry into the Pramana that gives us knowledge, why should I bother about Karma Yoga? I can directly get into Pramanam, Shastram, study, Shravanam. After all, Karma Yoga is not the means for knowledge. It is only the means for Antakarana Shuddhi. But can you inquire into the Pramana and gain the knowledge if your mind is not prepared? The Antakarana, the mind, is where the knowledge takes place, in the form of the vritti. Therefore, the mind has to be prepared. Therefore, all that Karma Yoga does is prepares the mind. It's a long process. It may take year, it may take janmas also, but it's all preparation. Jnanam takes place. Jnanam doesn't take time. But the moment Pramana is operated by the Acharya, that Guru, Jnanam takes place. Then what is all this process? It's only for the preparation of the means, the Karanam, the means, the Antakaranam, Antakarana preparation only. Thus, preparing the mind is necessary and is accomplished by Karma Yoga. This is why Krishna kept telling Arjuna to perform action, Karma Kuru, for preparing the Antakarana, for making oneself ready for receiving this knowledge. It's ultimately for that Karma Yoga. And again, this is why he told him that both lifestyles, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yogena, Sankyanam, Karma Yogena, Yogina, the same chapter, second chapter only. This is third shloka. Karma Yoga and Sannyasa, other is called Jnana Yoga, are meant for moksha. The ritual of sannyasa can be performed for the sake of knowledge, but that doesn't mean by simply taking sannyasa you will achieve Naishkarmya Siddhi. That also, in the beginning itself, Bhagavan Krishna said, Naishkarmya Siddhi. The same chapter, third chapter only, in the beginning itself, he said, Naishkarmyam, Rajasanyasanadeva, Siddhim Samadhigacchati, Na Karmana Vanarambat, Naishkarmyam Purushoshnute. Without taking to karma, one cannot gain actionlessness. So, Aishkarmya means Jnanam, Moksha. So, Akartratvam, that is Jnanam, that cannot be gained by simply taking sannyasa. It is only by Jnana. Therefore, Sarva Karma Sannyasa. Sarva Karma Sannyasa is nothing but Jnana. Therefore, without knowledge, there is no Naishkarmya. Through the Gita, this is what Lord Krishna's contention is. So we'll stop here. The next shloka describes the person who knows that he or she is not a doer. Aham Atma, therefore not a doer, not an enjoyer. So that is said. We will see that in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha. Thank you, sir.